Hello, welcome back to PaV's Shit Guide to Audio Engineering, Episode 2, Linux Edition. So, as you can tell, maybe you can't immediately, but I'm running on Linux. Can I minimize this? Okay, well let me try this. There we go, I'm running Linux. Yeah, fucking awesome. So, the reason why I'm making this video is to show off a very specific thing that I've run into and how I do it, how I handle this specific problem. So here's an extremely niche use case, right? I record all of my videos with multiple audio tracks. So if I could bring, you know what, fuck it, I will bring it in. You can see the thing right here. All right, so we're going to do file settings, and if we look at output, recording, here we go, recording. I record 3 audio tracks on every single video I record. Now, that does bloat the size of my videos, but what it also does is it allows me to really fine-tune everything involving audio. Because what is the most important thing when you're making Let's Plays or video game-related content? You would think it's the video. And while yes, the video is incredibly important, what's even more important than that is audio quality. Now, you could, very much so, you could take my machine right here and run a video at 4K. I'm using my hands to gesture, but yeah, like my webcam isn't plugged in, so what the fuck am I doing? You could use my machine to boot Steam and open a fucking game and run it at like 4K, 120 FPS, fucking do the biggest fucking possible things you could possibly do in this machine. But if your microphone quality sounds like dog shit, people are going to click off. They're not gonna wanna watch a video that sounds like dog shit. And that also applies to when people overlap each other. So here is a prime example right here. Everything, wait, say that again?
I'm kidding.
Okay, anyway, we're doing a when people overlap each other like that, it just sounds bad, like straight up. And nobody really wants to watch a video with that kind of overlapping audio, with that kind of jumbled mess. It's hard to follow a conversation of a given Let's Play. By the way, everything I'm doing right here in Fairlight has already been covered in the first episode of PaV's Shit Guide to Audio Engineering, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead and check out the previous one. You're already subscribed here to the Patreon, so you should be totally fine. Hold on. Anyway, all of the stuff I just did can be looked at the other video. I don't have time to go over that shit, but I'm gonna go over this. All right, so let's say you're like me and you fucking hate Windows. I went on Windows today to try to record, or excuse me, to try to edit this exact video, the breakfast tier list. I tried to fucking edit this video, and Windows, you know what, let me bring up the tweet. Let me bring up the fucking tweet. Where is it? There it is. Look at this. 95% of my fucking CPU is needed to idle? What the fuck are you talking about, Windows? I got so goddamn mad. I hate Windows. Okay, so here's what I did to get around it. We're gonna go ahead and go into our footage tab right here. By the way, one interesting thing I found out about Plasma, KDE Plasma specifically, is that the file managing program is called Dolphin. And I find that to be infinitely hilarious, just because I have already made Dolphin for Dummies, but it's the emulator, not the fucking file browser software. Whatever. So, you can see here that I have this, the video track right here, BTL, Breakfast Tier List, right? And I have this one timeline. So we're gonna go ahead and add another timeline just for the sake of example. I'll just call it test. So if we take the raw video, including all 3 audio tracks, and we just place it in there, whoop, come on, there we go. DaVinci Resolve won't know what to do. And the reason it won't know what to do is because, okay, so I'm gonna go over this in my eventual episode 2 of Linux for Dummies, which, surprise, I'm doing a fucking episode 2, wow. Basically, DaVinci Resolve on Linux specifically does not support AAC audio, ACC. I keep forgetting what the fucking acronym is. One or the other. It doesn't support the audio codec that I recorded in OBS. So OBS over here can only record in that specific codec, right? But DaVinci Resolve specifically on Linux, it works totally fine on Windows, specifically on Linux doesn't support it. And the reason it doesn't support it is because it's actually a proprietary codec. I actually don't know who made this. Let's do some fucking quick off-the-cuff research. AAC audio codec. Let's see who made it. AAC audio codec. Advanced audio coding. Is an audio coding standard for lossy digital audio compression designed for the successor of the MP3 format. AAC generally achieves higher sound quality than MP3 at the same bitrate. AAC has been standardized by ISO and ACC as part of the MPEG 2 and MPEG 4 specifications. So, this is proprietary. This is not open source. So, Linux is a bit iffy on supporting it. You can get it to work, and I definitely have it on my PopOS, because this is still PopOS. I'm just running a different desktop environment. Doesn't matter. So like if I go in here and I listen to breakfast tier list, in here, if I go to...
What's your controversial opinion, Zombie?
There you go. So
Everything F tier.
So there we go. I can listen to it regularly, but when I put it into DaVinci Resolve, DaVinci doesn't quite know what to do with it, and so it just kind of all breaks, right? Because it can't read AAC audio, which is a problem, right? Because I record only in ACC audio. Now you might be thinking, well, Pav, why don't you just adjust OBS to record not in AAC audio? I tried. So I've tried to do that, but the problem is, what the fuck? When did that, what the fuck? Weird. The problem with that is that I don't know how to do that. And it just didn't work from my experience. So what I do instead is I use a piece of software called FFMPEG. So this, if you want to know, this bit of production that I need to do does require the terminal. FFmpeg is a piece of software that, to my knowledge, does not have a GUI, and it is only in the terminal, or the console, as KDE Plasma likes to put it. So we're gonna go ahead and close this out. So to make it easy on everybody, I'm going to explain this in idiot terms and everything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna right click inside of the folder containing all of my footage, and we're going to hit open in terminal here. And it brought it up on the other monitor, there you go. So you can see Pav at PopOS, media Pav footage, there we go. That is exactly the folder of this. And if we type in ls, we can see Guilty Gear.mp4, Linux for Dummies, Live Action. These are all folders. Minecraft N64 controller mod, which, hey, there you go. I'm giving away scrapped projects, excuse me. And then we have other videos and other fucking folders and all that shit, right? So we have BTL, breakfast tier list. Now, the thing about terminal is that spaces, it doesn't really quite read space characters all that well. So when you're going to convert the audio like this, be sure the video file is without spaces, because it just won't, it'll fucking break. And the reason why the my audio and the Discord audio right here have spaces in them is because I went and I renamed those within Dolphin over here, or the file browser, I should say. So here is how it works. What I do is I type FFmpeg -I for input. All right, we input that video file, and we're gonna go ahead and do BTL, case sensitive, by the way. Gotta make sure that you're getting the cases correctly, because this shit is case sensitive. breakfast tier list, btl.mp4, right? And then let me actually go ahead and check my code over here. All right, so hi Gizmo. Gizmo has decided to make a guest appearance in this shitty fucking video that I'm doing. So btl.mp4 -c:(a). Now what that is doing is we are essentially telling the program, all right, ignore the video. The video works, all right? MP4 video works on DaVinci Resolve on Linux when you buy the big studio version, but whatever, I was gonna get it anyway, who cares? So we're telling it, all right, just pay attention to the audio, right? So then after we do that, we type in, I believe, I learned this today, by the way. I learned this like an hour ago. So I believe it's, there we go, it's -map, okay. So we do -map 0:1. So we're telling FFmpeg, the program, all right, we're gonna input, all right, I should use my cursor. I'm like pointing at the screen with my hands, that's not gonna work. FFmpeg, input breakfast tier list.mp4, only focus on audio, and then map only the first audio track. So we're telling it, hey, just focus on the first audio track, all right? You don't need to pay attention to anything else. And then what we can do with that, oh, excuse me. I also forgot the codec we're gonna be using, which is PCM_S 16LE. Don't ask me what that means. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we're telling it only focus on the audio, export it in this specific codec, whatever the fuck that is. I should also give a shout out to my dad, who figured out a little bit of this stuff for me. He figured out the exact codec that was needed to make all this stuff work in Linux, but I figured out how to specifically get each audio track separated, right? So we're telling it, FFmpeg, input the file, only look at the audio, output it in this specific codec, only look at this one track, because if I didn't specify, it would only take the first track and nothing else, right? So with this command right here, we can basically tell it, all right, only look at the first audio track, and then only look at the second audio track if we were to do a 0:2. Right? So usually when I record, my audio is the first audio track, and then Discord is the second, and then PC audio is the third. So we can take this and map it out properly. So we're gonna do -1, and we'll do test.wave, because it outputs in a wave format, which is a lossless audio file. Later on, I'm going to, the more I learn about this, I'm essentially gonna write my own script and an executable, not an executable, but like a script that I can just run on video that I put in a fucking window or whatever in a folder, and just basically have it be like, all right, just take whatever's in here, take the first and second files, and then output it into this fucking thing. I'm gonna automate this, but I literally just figured this out like 2 days ago. Not even 2 days ago, like an hour ago. And then I'll automate all this shit later, but for now, I'm just figuring this out. Test.wave, and then we hit enter, and there you go. You can see the encoder doing its business. Its bitrate is 1533. That's actually pretty good. That's a very high res, not very high res. It's a good enough res audio file that's good enough for my needs, right? I don't need to make fucking perfect, flawless, FLAC quality audio files for people. I don't give a shit, right? But it needs to be good enough to where if you wear it with nice headphones or listen to it with nice speakers, you're not gonna wanna pull your fucking hair out, right? That's my goal. And then when you see this comes up, it's finished. So you can see video 0 kilobytes, audio that many kilobytes, which by the way, how big is this .wave? 408 megabytes? Yeah, that's fine. That's not bad at all. And let's go ahead and listen to it.
What's your controversial opinion, Zombie?
There you go, done. And so then I would essentially do the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete this. Where's move to trash, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. And then what I would do is I would hit up on the arrow keys, and then I would just tell the program, all right, we're gonna go back over here, :02, rename the audio track. We're gonna do test 2 or test toot, but whatever. Yeah, and it would do that, and then we'll go ahead and hit yes. It's going to run its magic, right? And it's if you're re-encoding video, that takes a lot longer than re-encoding audio. So it's not going to take very long to do a full audio track, where it would take a long time to do a full video track, right? So then we can go ahead and go into
Margin with my controversial opinions.
There you go. And so you can hear Discord audio and you can hear my audio. And it's another step in the production cycle of making my videos. It's another thing that I have to worry about, right? But in doing this, I am able to edit my multi-track videos and my multi-track audio stuff and make my videos as good as they possibly can be without having to deal with Windows. And that I feel is more important than just doing it the easy way, right? I am just so goddamn sick of Windows. Eventually, I'm gonna look into making some hacked up fucking bullshit Elgato drivers, because that actually sounds like a project and a half right there. But for now, I am good on that. The editing process for this video is gonna be really cut and dry, because it's just gonna be us talking about breakfast tier lists, you know? It's not exactly the highest end fucking video we can possibly make. I'm not going to really do anything too in-depth in terms of editing. The only thing that I wanted to do for this video was I wanted to show off this terminal command and how I'm handling the problem of multi-track audio on Linux, because you know, people like nobody's run into this issue. A small tangent that I'm gonna do at the end of this. I'm pretty much done with the tutorial, so if you're only here for the tutorial and you got all the knowledge you want, you can fucking bail. But nobody's fucking doing this on Linux with FFmpeg. Every single tutorial that I look up, every single fucking one, FFmpeg, convert audio with multiple tracks Linux, multiple layers Linux with multiple channels Linux. All right, we'll do tracks. Every single fucking tutorial is like, oh, how to convert multiple audio files at once. Very useful, actually. How to add audio to video. Also useful. How to record from multiple sources. I might check this tutorial out later, we'll see. Replace audio track in a video. Okay, also good. Reverse video, reverse audio. Merge audio tracks together. That I can see that being very useful for someone. Convert and resize video files. Also good. Nobody at all is talking about how to convert audio files on how to convert one audio file. What I wanted is I wanted to be able to do one file where I do breakfast tier list audio and it would just have both of those tracks built in, right? Nobody had a tutorial for that. I couldn't find it anywhere. Not on YouTube, not on fucking FFmpeg documentation, not nowhere. Not even on fucking Stack Exchange, all right? I couldn't find that shit anywhere. So what I just decided to do was to learn how to map the audio tracks, and I eventually did. So I had to run 2 commands at this point. I'm going to learn how to map both of those tracks in one command and separate them into both of the those files, right? Maybe I can do it with one command, maybe I can't. But for now, I'm doing it with a separate command each time. I'm gonna make this work eventually. All right, I'm gonna make this more automated. When I do, I'm gonna make a full-ass tutorial, because I would like other people to have access to the knowledge that I do, because that shit's cool. Anyway, thank you for listening to my bullshit ramblings without a script. Thank you for putting up with the terminal. I am going to go edit this video now. All right, have a good one.